Alrighty folks, we have another solo on Vikendi here, and for once I am not going to start at Villa. I'll show you here. One of my good buddies, I am a noob 420. I was messaging him, it was late at night, we're both in the solo lobby and he got in the same game as me, so once we realized we're in the same game I did not want to start with him at Villa because he's a little bit of a force to be reckoned with there, so I decided to do a deep drop to Winery. Not the most exciting start, but I just wanted to see if I could get an area to myself, which I was able to look around and see. It looked like I was fully clear, and I was fully clear, so at this point we'll just skip ahead a bunch, but you'll see I got extremely looted at the Winery, so it was a nice close circle, not even quite touching the Winery, so I knew the fact that no one dropped there, it's, you know, very small chance that anyone's going to show up with this type of circle. If it was actually included in the circle, there's going to be more of a chance, but it wasn't, so. See, I have level 2 gear plus a 3 helmet, and G36, and I believe an ump. I was actually doing double AR there, so. Got your range G36 and your close range G36, and that is a very strong build. Cannot recommend the G36 enough if you have ammo. Very fun, balanced gun. So at this point, this is the only guy I made contact with earlier, and by the time I saw him driving by, it was too far out of the range, but it's an interesting little fact there. And then even though the blue is upon me, it's early game blue. If you're going to take any blue zone damage, you want it to be early game. I was already pretty sufficiently looted, but just wanted to add a few more boosts. I got lucky down here and found a few more painkillers, so it paid off. Loot. Even did a little bit of this town in here. When you're able to get a zone so far away, a loot zone so far away, and have your time with it like I was able to here, you're basically setting yourself up to not have to loot, you know, the last 15-20 minutes of the game. So it can be a little bit boring early, but it definitely pays off later. So I actually had an 18-minute loot phase there, all things considered. Even get a little check on these. I had level 3 armor, as you can see down there, level 2 backpack, so basically as strong as if I got a care package almost. Arguably one of the stronger people alive at this point, and that's what you're always shooting for when you do a far off loot like that. You want to come into the zone as a super soldier that hasn't seen any action yet, but you have all fresh gear, you have a really nice loadout, close and long range guns, and you're ready to kill. You're ready to punish all these people that have been fighting the whole game. So luckily for me, I was able to do that here. Alright, promise you there'll be some kills here soon, folks. Again, circle obviously dictates what you're going to do, so I saw right there. Wow, we got a camper up in here. So I went into this guy's building once I saw. Oh, I remember what happened now. I actually heard one tiny little step here. Listen for it. There it is. Heard the guy upstairs. Thank you, Yam Daddy. And so this is why when I'm playing with friends and duo or squad, you know, I tell them, please, when we're camping, stay camping, don't make noise. A lot of people might not hear little movements, but I definitely heard good old Yam Daddy here making that movement, and so that changed my whole strategy. Not that I was going to stay at these houses long anyways because of the circle approaching, but he definitely could have had a better chance at ambush killing me than what he did. And we see here Blue Phantom. Blue Phantom approaches the same way I did, and this guy's already at alert now. Black Phantom. Not sure why I didn't heal. And then he heals in the wrong spot, so. But I knew that, you know, Yam Daddy here is going to have to get moving. Circle's coming, and so I set up my perimeter. He got a nice heal in. I had already hit him once. G36 is very forgiving, even when you don't have a very good shots with it. You're still going to get the kill a lot of the time. So I was in a little bit of a pickle here, but I had been saving up, you know, I had probably 8 first aids or so. So it's no problem to take some blue zone damage here. Get another heal in. And see him. The number one thing is always health. There's Monster Dog, the same guy we saw drive by on the UAZ earlier. And there's a good old little camper in this building. So, you're going to see again the power of noise here, folks. I'll wait for the circles to tell me to move in. It's time to go, so I'm moving in. And I'm going to hear John Day Luis here making noise in that building. You got to be really careful late game if you're camping buildings. Nade Masters will figure out where you are, and they will punish you. So again, I heard movement repeatedly. Practice your nades in the lobby with apples or snowballs, because frag grenading is essential to becoming a good player in this game. So thankfully Monster Dog here, playing the camping game, doesn't even decide to see what's going on in this house next to him. And again, talk about this all the time. What this guy is doing is just beyond me. He lets himself die in the blue. I mean, he worked so hard to get to that point. Not necessarily hard, but a lot of time, and then you just give it away for no reason. It's stupid. And the way the circle's shaped right here, I thought about using the fence line and thought about going up here. But you want to get your strategy options in your mind, and then you want to make a decision and pretty much stick with it. Rewind that a second here. So me and this ghillie monster, I saw him there at the rock, he saw me. And then you get into the silent sniper war. I bandage up, because again, health is so important. He had to push, his rock was not in, and I get the kill. Another guy pushes up, Legendary Fox. Lay prone, G36 out. The kill. So let's look at it from Legendary Fox's perspective real quick here. He heard the shooting on the right, in theory. Yeah, so he heard me shooting. He knows I'm right, and yet he still pays no attention over there. So it's really not the way you want to play. And then I want to point out Bryles here. He's camping this rock right at the edge of the zone, folks. Okay. You don't want to get into a sniper war when you're at the edge here, and it's late game and the blue zone does so much damage. So even me, even though I'm somewhat near the edge, it's going to move slower at this part, and I'm still a lot closer. So it's just maybe this guy doesn't have a lot of late game experience, or he wasn't thinking, but you got to be smarter late game. He doesn't even have chest armor. I dinged him in his level 3 helmet, so now he has no choice but to go, and his movement pattern is going to be very predictable because it's only one direction basically he can go. We'll see Legendary Fox again. This is why it's so important to get good headphones and good at listening. And he could have moved in slower. He could have moved in a lot quieter. He gave away his position to me so easily by being so loud. So that was kill number 4 there. I just want to boost up because it's late game. You just want to use your resources. You want to keep that boost meter full whenever you have a safe opportunity to boost. And I knew it was a 1v1v1 here. So just boosting more again. And I decided to push the weak side here. The small side. And I notice good old Braxton at this rock. We'll see, he is prone. Late game, it's a tactic that I still use sometimes, and I used to use a lot more, but when you get to so few people, you need to hold your ground, you need to play like a man or a woman, you need to get bullets out. You don't want to just be playing in a situation like this, especially he doesn't have a lot of cover there in terms of foliage. I already spotted him easily. So he's not giving himself a very good chance to win. Just really poor play by him, but it happens to all of us. And you'll notice neither of these last two guys have chest armor, plus the other guy we saw, so it's interesting to think about that because, again, I spend the first 2/3 of the game at Winery getting super buff. I still have my chest armor, it has like 1 or 2 hits in it, full level 3 helmet. If you don't have chest armor in a 1v1 or any fight, and they have level 3, you have to get 5, 6 body shots on them. They only need 2 on you at full health. So it just shows the importance of keeping good gear, maybe looting some type of chest off a body. He really should have used that tree there for cover. So as we see, I'm not playing against the brightest opponents in the world. I was actually inviting my friend to watch the stream of this, which is pretty stupid to do. 1v1 final 2, but that's kind of just shows the idea of the challenge I was facing, which wasn't going to be much because I was already really great position in the circle. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of challenge this game, but it shows you the power of a deep drop. And you can deep drop on almost any flight path to a safe or should be safe looting location. You can get super buff, and when you come back in, you have to have the mindset that you are the super soldier. You're the one that's taking the least damage, and you're ready to dole out punishment. So I did a pretty good job of that there. Got lucky in a couple spots and was able to secure the win. Alright, if you learned anything and you enjoyed the video, please give a like. I always appreciate your support, and thank you for watching.